Hello, everyone. Welcome to Two Buds at One podcast, episode 43. I am your host, the Techno Jelly, here with my co-host, Alchem Games. Alchem, so much stuff has happened in the past, couple weeks, because we are, I wasn't able to do the podcast last week, so we're a couple weeks into this, and there are so many stories. Funny enough, I'm gonna spoil it for you now, Alchem.
No.
Just to save you there's no crypto stories. I promise you. There is zero crypto stories. And I did actually, what the funny thing is, Alchem, because I don't know if you remember, I told you I was going to play that Off the Grid game again. Completely forgot it. I haven't even installed it. I completely forgot about it.
You're fine.
So, instead, I have many, many stories. And I don't know if you have any stories. I'm always the one that brings stories, but, if you ever want to talk about something, just let me know.
No, of course. You've always thrown the gauntlet. I just never found one that... I mean, usually half the time you bring up the things that I had in mind.
It's true. We do have similar tastes when it comes to a lot of these types of stories. So I think one thing we do have to talk about, because it was such a huge deal, and it was everywhere for a while. Sorry, I had to take a drink of water there. Is that, were you ever a big Pokemon Go player, Alchem?
Yes, I was.
You were? Do you still play Pokemon Go, or are you not as much?
No, I dropped it, and I mean, now I have no further reason to go back into it.
Yeah, so did you see that Pokemon Go was sold recently? Niantic was sold.
Niantic sold it.
Yeah, Niantic sold it, and did you know what else was sold, though? Because it wasn't just Pokemon Go. So,
no,
Pokemon Go, Niantic was sold Pokemon Go, Pikminbloom, monsterhunternow, Wayfinder, Campfire, and Wayfinder, which are two companion apps that also are owned by Niantic, for $3.5 billion to Scopely. And the Niantic Games team was sold as well. So all the developers are the same, from what I know.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was all sold to Scopely. Now, Alchem, do you know what Scopely is?
Unfamiliar, no.
Scopely owns it. Okay, Scopely is a American video game developer and publisher, and some of their biggest games are Star Trek Fleet Command on mobile. The Monopoly Go, and Marvel Strike Force. So those are some of the big games that they own. They also hilariously, they either used to or maybe don't anymore because it's not officially said anymore, but I think they own Stumble Guys, the ripoff of what's that game that we played together for a while? Fall Guys. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's they also owned that ripoff game apparently. And now they own Pokemon Go, Pikminbloom, monsterhunternow, with the companion apps of Campfire and Wayfinder. Now, the bad thing is, all those three games I mentioned, Alchem, the Marvel game, the Monopoly Go, and the Star Trek Fleet Command, are notorious for the bottom of the barrel mobile game trash in terms of monetization. They are the worst offenders when it comes to mobile game trash economies, which isn't a good start to that. One good thing though, once again I did say they also bought the developers, so it looks like the Niantic team, the devs, are still on the games, and whatever it's worth, they did say no restructuring was gonna happen.
Thank goodness.
I don't, but I mean that's corporate, so who knows if that's actually true or not. They could just call it something different.
Yeah, they could say something now, but give it a half a year down the line, maybe a quarter into the year, whatever you want to call it. all of a sudden they're like, no, we need more people buying stuff, and then they just start dropping another kind of currency in there, more cosmetics or something like that you can only buy via money or I don't know.
I mean the big reason that Scopely bought them is because all of these properties Niantic owns and all these have a total they had a total revenue in 2024 of $1 billion.
Yeah, because it's
it's Pokemon Go. I actually know a bunch of people that play Pikminbloom, and they really enjoy it. And apparently the Monster Hunter one is actually pretty fun. I've heard some people talk about that as well. The big problem though that a lot of people have with this is Scopely is an American company technically. But only technically. Because it is it is a subsidiary company of the Savvy Games Group. Do you know what
I feel like that's the more important thing right here.
Do you know what the Savvy Games Group is? It is a video game investment firm from Saudi Arabia. Which is why some people are like, I don't know about that. That's kind of sketchy. Because, the Saudi Arabia, and this just in case you weren't aware as well, they are backed by the Saudi Arabian government as well. Like that's where the money's coming from. So it's a mess of a lot of things. So for instance, the Savvy Games Group are also the same people that are pushing like the big esports tournaments and stuff like that. It's the same company. It's the same company that's been doing all that type of stuff. And I understand people's worry about this, but I don't blame anyone taking those bags of money. You know what I mean? Like, they're just throwing money at people. And I understand the concern when it's something like this. But, I mean, for a lot of those people, it's just like, I mean, would you turn away $3.5 billion? Like, if you're Niantic and they said, we're going to give you $3.5 billion for these 3 properties who are arguably old and, like, not relevant anymore, Like, the Monster Hunter one is probably the most recent, but, like, Pokemon Go is, like, 5 years out of peak, Yep. The Pikmin game, to be fair, Pikmin is, like, a more niche like fan base, but I mean it seemed to be doing pretty well, but like I feel like these guys are like 5 years like late.
The thing is, it has a very stable fan base, all 3 of them. Even though Pikmin is niche, it still has a decent fan base.
They have a very hardcore fan base, to be fair.
And the games themselves, the premise behind them weren't that bad at all. I mean, hell, to this day, Pokemon Go is still a popular thing because all it is literally just going out. It's just using your GPS. Yeah. It finds Pokemon out there. You can battle. You can trade. There are like gym places you can go to.
They also have raids and stuff nowadays too.
Yeah,
though apparently you have to buy raid passes now or something like that.
Yeah, they did do a little bit of monetization with the raid passes before I left. But you have all that you can enjoy, and as long as they don't suddenly change that into something crazy, then they should be good.
Especially with Pokemon. Yeah, especially with Pokemon Legends. Legends. Oh God, what's the game's name?
Arceus.
No, the new one.
Legends Arceus.
No. Isn't it Legends AZ or something like that? The one that's coming out soon.
Oh wait, yeah, no, it's
the new one.
Legends Z or something.
Legends.
ZA or whatever.
It's got Legends ZA or something like that.
Yeah.
With that game coming out, I'm sure the Pokemon Go will have a little surge. With the Monster Hunter Now as well, with Monster Hunter Wilds coming out.
Yep, and still has a lot of stuff to come out and a lot of other stuff to add to it. Yeah.
So it's interesting to see. I still feel like it's a little late. I feel bad for anyone that are really into these games because whenever a big thing like this happens, like it doesn't really go well generally. You know what I mean? Like, not generally. Like,
Oh, the transition from one.
The transition from a big corporation
not
to a
developer but publisher, I guess.
Yeah, from when games transition through these huge business deals, generally it's not a good thing.
No.
It's a good thing for the executives because, they get a big paycheck, but everyone else suffers generally. Now, like I said before, Scopely did say they weren't going to touch it. They were going to just let it keep going and existing and keep doing what they were doing because it's the same team that's still working on it. But we've heard that before from other companies. We've heard that before.
But this is different. This is Pokemon.
Honestly, Alchem, whether you were kidding or not with that statement, that does have some weight around it.
Yeah, it's like
it is
50-50 joke because
it
is literally one of the best. It is literally one of the best franchises. If you are the company that drops this, especially with a new game on the horizon, and
the Switch 2. Not only that, the Switch 2 on the horizon with the new Pokemon game, probably like the new mainline Pokemon game, going to be on the Switch 2.
If you drop this, that's just. It's just going to show really badly on you more than the franchise itself. Yeah,
I feel like it's going to be telling in the next couple months. I feel like.
Yep.
When is that game coming out? The Pokemon Legends ZA. It's this year, right?
Let me look it up, actually. I think it is this year. I think it's end of this year.
That makes sense. Because that game actually looks interesting. So just says 2025.
Late 2025.
Okay.
Late 2025.
Yeah, so it'll probably be out for the Christmas stuff, probably, or something like that. But yeah, so that is interesting. I didn't actually know Scopely was owned by the Saudi Arabian-backed group, which is interesting. So that's always going to be... That's always a very odd situation. And it's interesting because Scopely was the second biggest mobile games developer in the world, and I barely knew who they existed until now. Until when this story broke, I'm like, who are these guys? And they own a bunch of these games. I'm like, I don't know I know Marvel Strike Force, but I didn't know it was that popular.
Familiar with Strike Force. I didn't even know about this company, but I knew Strike Force. Yeah, but that was it. That's the extent of my knowledge there.
Yeah.
Well, still, here's hoping that they don't drop the ball with Pikmin or with Monster Hunter, especially with Pokemon. And to those who are still enjoying them. Hopefully, there's not a major upheaval of how the layout is or how the system works for those games.
Yeah, hopefully not.
It's all monetization now. They all want it's a cryptocurrency game now.
So far, no. I don't think Saudi Arabia really cares about that. So luckily,
I don't think so either.
So from
they're more of a straightforward kind of company.
Yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure Nintendo or the Pokemon, or the Pokemon Company or Game Freak still have some say over Pokemon Go.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure they do for their IPs. I'm pretty sure Nintendo has it.
There's no way they can push crypto crap junk onto that. There's no way.
I don't know.
Game Freak would not allow it.
Monster Hunter. Not sure about Monster Hunter, considering that's not Nintendo. That's Capcom.
It's Capcom.
But I'm pretty sure they're going to follow suit in the same way Nintendo is. They're not going to let their IPs just get taken advantage of.
Yeah, they wouldn't. Capcom are making too much money on Monster Hunter now to destroy the name.
Yeah, exactly.
So from I guess, was that a good thing? From a neutral...
We'll see thing.
From a we'll see thing to a good thing. I don't think either... I haven't played this, but I don't think you have either, Alchem. No Rest for the Wicked, which is a top-down survival game. No, they were... Moon Studios was which is the developers. They were being published by Private Division, which, if you could remember, Alchem, doesn't exist anymore.
Oh.
Private Division was a subsidiary company from Take-Two, and Take-Two shut it down in 2024. They shut down everything and closed every studio under Private Division except for Moon Studio and No Rest for the Wicked, saying that they were going to continue to support it. That's a lot of doom and gloom, but the story is that Moon Studios has acquired the rights to No Rest of the Wicked and is now a fully independent studio with no parent company. So that's good. They have freed themselves from the Take-Two arms and Private Division, which is good.
They've gone indie.
Yeah, they've gone indie. I would argue they're probably more AA in terms of like if looking at how most people quantify studios. I think they're more of a AA studio. And No Rest for the Wicked is apparently a really good game, so a lot of people were really happy about that because a lot of people were really worried about it shutting down. Did you ever play that vampire one, Alchem, the top-down vampire one?
Vampire Survival?
No, it's oh god, wait, let me do a Google search. Vampire survival game. Oh no, V Rising. That's what it was called. Did you ever play?
Yeah, I played that. Yeah.
No Rest of the Wicked, same concept. Just you're not a vampire.
Oh, all right.
And instead of like the server-based thing, it's more of a co-op based thing. I think. I think there is co-op or multiplayer in it, but it's much more of a what's it called? A RPG. I mean, I guess V Rising is very RPG, but it's more fantasy RPG than like the fantasy vampire RPG that V Rising was. So yeah, No Rest of the Wicked. And now if for anyone that was, hoping to either buy it and or wait to see if it still existed because of the whole Private Division mess, they're now a fully independent studio. So now the best time to buy the game is right now because all the money goes to them. No matter what. And they're having a big update in April. So, yeah.
So wait till April. Then buy everything. Buy everything in April.
Yep.
Yay.
And now, Alchem, from good story to bad story of studios, did you played Spectre Divided with me, right? We played a couple of times.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we played a few rounds in that. It was interesting, but...
It's dead. It's gone.
Shroud axed it.
Shroud barely acknowledged it. What do you mean he axed
it?
He played it. He played it the first couple. He played it for the first couple of days, and he never touched it again. He basically ignored its existence after the first couple days. But yeah, Spectre Divided is gone. It's shut down. It was the 3v3 game where you can play two bodies, where you had two lives, basically, where you could set up two characters. It was a hero shooter. It was a hero tactical shooter, similar to something like Valorant and Counter-Strike. And Alchem and I actually played this game together, and we enjoyed it. It was definitely a little rough on some aspects, but definitely not like this soon, because it launched season 1, and then 2 weeks later, it shut down last week. And I think the biggest sad thing for me is that Mountaintop Studios, which is the team behind it, is also closing its doors and shutting down. Because, Spectre Divided, whether you liked it or not, is a decent game, it's not a bad game, it's not a broken game. You can disagree with some of its aspects, but the devs behind it made a decent game, and I'm kind of sad that they're not going to be able to try again. At least with this, the same environment, you know what I mean? Because I'm sure the devs can hopefully find new jobs, but, they're not... Mountaintop Studios is no more. Because they literally said they are out of money. They cannot afford the daily costs of the studio or the game, which is very unfortunate. And... I mean, I hate to say it, Alchem, but it's just on the pile of live service shutdowns, just join the pile. This one lasted longer than Concord though, so they have that to they have that at least. So yeah, the good thing is though they are refunding everyone if they bought stuff, which is nice. Which on a quick note, because I don't think you probably don't even know this game exists, but I played in a beta of a game called Star Wars Hunters, and it was a 3v3 hero based Star Wars game. It was a mobile game and on the Switch, and I played their PC beta, which was then the PC beta once, and then I played it again in their second beta, and then the full release was delayed, and then now it's apparently getting shut down. So apparently it didn't go very well. And they are not refunding in-game purchases, so that's really
wow.
Yeah, so they are just taking the money.
You're literally going suck to suck.
Yeah.
You swear to God, most of these games.
I mean,
I swear, most of these games with in-game purchases should just have a warning label saying, "Buyer beware." The lifespan of this game is not guaranteed, and whatever you buy is not guaranteed to be refunded on the event that we shut down way too early. There's something.
I mean, to be fair, Alchem, most games do the refund thing. At least from what I've seen, a lot of games do the refund thing. It's hilarious that a Star Wars game is the one that isn't.
Yes.
Because it's Star Wars.
And the problem is this could start something, a precedent, if you want to.
Potentially. I don't think so, honestly. Not. I don't think so. Because it is a very specific situation.
True, but all it takes is one big name to actually do it, to start this whole... But they did it.
I agree with you, Alchem, but this is Star Wars Hunters, and they do have the name Star Wars, but did you even know this game existed? Donkey made a video on it a long time ago, and I think that's the only time I've ever seen anyone play that game.
I think that's where I may have heard it.
As I say, you probably know the Donkey video, but no one else knows that this game existed.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's probably why. And yeah, so that one was also shutting down.
And you don't get your money back. Too bad.
You don't get your money back. So luckily, the Spectre Divided people, you do get your money back. Like I said, I'm really sad that Mountaintop Studios is shutting down because I do think they deserve a second chance. I also, it's just one of those things. It's the same thing. I don't know if you've seen the game Fragpunk. I have the same worry about Fragpunk. Fragpunk, I think, actually has a better chance of survival because it's just it's so different for a tactical shooter.
They have a shot to succeed. They just need to do more events that gets their name out there.
Well, it's not just events. I think they just need to embrace what they are. And that is they are a tactical shooter, but they're a crazy one. They're like, no, these cards, you remember that it's like, you know what, I think, obviously they can't use this in official marketing.
But
yeah. You know what the thing is? You know what it reminds me of, Alchem? They can't use this in official marketing because it'd be obviously copyrighted and stuff like that. But no, it's not the Balacho. It reminds me of Xbox 360 Halo 3 custom games.
Oh.
That's what it reminds me of. Grabbing a bunch of friends playing custom games in Halo 3, Modern Warfare, and it's that style of cheat codes with fun with friends style thing, but in a tactical shooter environment. And even when you go into the more serious modes, the ranked modes and stuff like that, they have a pick ban system, but you're pick banning cards. You're banning cards, not the characters, which I think is really interesting because you can just ban cards. Though it does the same stupid thing that Marvel Rivals does, where it only applies on higher ranks, which I disagree with. I think it doesn't matter what rank you are. I think ranked modes, if you have a ban thing, you should just have them in all ranks. Because high level people, true, skill does matter in this game, but when you're lower level, things can still be overpowered, guys. If you couldn't ban in bronze League of Legends ranked mode, I think there would be a riot. Literally and figuratively. Because, Riot Games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe you. How could you do it?
But yeah, it's just it's sad, honestly. I'm not super surprised Spectre Divide failed, because even though you and I enjoyed it, like, we were the one of, like, what, a couple thousand people that actually played this game.
Yeah.
So, you know, that sucks. That's things. But it was very
enjoyable, but I honestly don't feel like there was anything that kept us there so much. It was just the joy of the. Honestly, it literally was the joy of the game, plus the unique little thing of
the two lives were interesting, but that was the only interesting thing. That was the problem. They had nothing else. Nothing else was different. No. And I don't know about you. I felt the shooting felt kind of weird. It wasn't bad, but it felt weird.
No, yeah, it was.
It felt slightly off. Like I think the problem with it is that it didn't. I felt like the game wanted to be a no aim down sights game, but it was an aim down sights game.
It was an aim down sights game, yeah.
But it didn't. It felt like it didn't. It felt like it didn't want to be. I don't know. Unfortunately, we'll never be able to truly realize, because, you know, it's shutting down.
Yep.
And we'll see how long Fragpunk lasts. I actually downloaded that while I was waiting for you. I downloaded Fragpunk because I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting to play it.
There's just Concord. There's that one where you're with the mechs, with the mobile suit mechs. Way back when.
Oh, you mean the Gundam 6v6 game?
Oh, I was gonna name that one too, Gundam Evolution. No, there was that other one. I think it was from Bethesda, or I forget what other. No, it wasn't Bethesda.
It wasn't Bethesda. I would know it.
It was this one where you're like piloting a mech suit, but it was so short lived. It only lasted about 6 months before it went down.
Is it the one that? Is it the one that you and I played recently? No, it can't be that one, because that was the an open beta that you and I played.
Yeah, no, yeah, that one's already running, I think. But yeah, there's Concord, Gundam Evolution, Multiverses, and now
Spectre Divide joining the live service corpse pile. To be fair, Multiverses they shot themselves in the foot like 400 times.
They killed it twice, dude.
Yeah.
How you?
Dude, Multiverses is what's that vampire movie?
They're the Morbius.
Multiverses is Multiverses is the Morbius of video games. It died twice.
I mean, they did it themselves the first time. They're like, we're gonna revamp the game, make it better. All you did was just add a story mode that was shit and add a lot more
microtransactions.
Grind to it. They just added more transaction and grind, and it was just bad. You do not turn a fighting game into a goddamn live service.
Yeah.
That's literally what they tried to do, and it failed miserably.
I mean, arguably, like, with the term that we know, live service, most fighting games are that, but it's not the traditional, like, concept of live service. Because, like, technically, Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8 are live services, technically, you know? There are an always online game that get updates that have DLCs and microtransactions, right?
Fair. I mean, it's not like they.
Like I said, it is. Yes, it is. It is like technically, yes, they are live services, but they are not what a traditional person would call a live service. And there's just no way that you can turn. Like, I don't see fighting games being able to ever become a true, like, free-to-play live service. Because, first of all, the fighting game community is a niche community, so I don't think you could really survive that. And you're also fighting Street Fighter and Tekken and Mortal Kombat. Yeah. And then you have Super Smash Brothers. Like,
I mean, you can't beat Smash. No one can beat Smash.
Yeah, and then you have things like, oh god, wait. I've seen you play these games before. I need to remember the names. Blaze Blue. Yeah. The Blaze Blue one. Guilty Gear. That was the one I was also trying to think of.
Yeah.
What's the one with the girl?
Under Night.
Brigitte?
What?
Brigitte? No. It starts with no. It's the girl, and she has like a yo-yo.
Bridget.
Yeah,
that's Guilty Gear.
That's Guilty Gear. Okay.
Yeah, it's Guilty Gear. You have Under Night. You have you have Mortal Kombat. You have Tekken. Dead or Alive is gone now, but you still have Street Fighter, the Golden Boy.
Yep.
You have all those.
And Marvel vs. Capcom is coming back too.
I mean,
there's just so many.
I've heard that's in the works.
I'm just talking about the old ones. I'm talking about the old ones.
Yeah, they're bringing back. Yeah. Oh yeah,
King
of Fighters. I forgot.
King of Fighters. Yeah. And so I don't understand how you can Multiverses had a chance, but they also shot themselves in the foot a lot of the times. So they joined the live service pile. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's just sad because for the most part, most of these games are pretty decent games, most of them. I'd argue Concord isn't really. Multiverse is kind of meh. But
Multiverse is meh in terms of fighting. Concord,
Concord's just boring. Spectre Divided is also one of those things where it wasn't different enough, which is what I think Fragpunk has for it. Fragpunk is very different from Valorant and Counter-Strike.
I'm not gonna lie, if your game is falls under the line of the category of battle royales or hero shooter or just team-based first-person shooter, I'm thinking like Counter-Strike. There's literally there is a bar set by some of these games already. There's the bar is really high.
And not only that, it's the same problem. Sorry, I kind of slightly cut you off there, but
you're fine.
The problem I have, the problem that these games face also is the same problem that people in the MMO genre and the MOBA genre face, is that the people who play, for instance, for the MMOs, every time there's a new MMO coming out, it says they're the WoW killer. And the answer is no. All the people that play World of Warcraft aren't leaving World of Warcraft. They've spent 10 years playing this game. They're not leaving. Same with Final Fantasy 14. People that play Final Fantasy 14, Final Fantasy 14 apparently had one of its worst expansions, in the last one. I've seen a lot of people that play that game are very disappointed with the latest expansion. They're gonna play the next one most likely, or they're excited. They're gonna be either playing it or playing it eventually, but they're not gonna leave the game for something else.
No. The bar has been set by these games, and they have a fan base that's loyal to them.
So you have to find new players. It's the same thing with the MOBA games. No one's leaving League or Dota.
Mm-hmm. And there's always a place. You can always find new players. There's always new gamers coming out. There's always a new generation.
But it gotta be different.
Does your thing reach the bar that these have set? Is yours at least equal to Fortnite or God damn it, what is that one? Why am I forgetting Apex? Or is it
Legends?
Close to Apex? Yeah. Is it as good as Warzone? Is it as good as Call of Duty? Is it as good as Counter-Strike? Is it as good as WoW or Final Fantasy? Or any of
when you're in these genres, you're fighting such giants of games. And another problem thing is for instance, for Spectre Divided specifically, you're fighting when you're in the I think Fragpunk might prove me wrong here because it does seem like they're they're not thriving, but they're doing pretty well for themselves. Last time I checked, they had 40,000. They had a 60,000 peak, 40,000 concurrent, which is not too bad a couple of weeks after launch.
Yeah,
and it's very different. It's respectable, and hopefully they can continue that momentum. But here's the thing. Counter-Strike 2 recently hit a player peak all-time high recently, I think a month ago. And I just want to say, normally when you see player spikes or big things because of updates, it's a launch day or a big update. This was just a random Tuesday. It was just a random Tuesday, and Counter-Strike almost hit 2 million concurrent players. I think it was 1.8 million. It beat its all-time peak because Counter-Strike players, for a lack of a better term, they're addicted to Counter-Strike, and they can't stop playing Counter-Strike, and they can't not play Counter-Strike. The Counter-Strike community, in my opinion, definitely complains a lot, but they complain. You just said it
like 2 times or 3 times. They can't stop playing. They can't.
They can't. No, they can't stop playing. And here's the thing: the reason I'm saying that, Alchem, is because I don't know if you've ever looked at the Counter-Strike community on Twitter, Reddit, or anything like that, or any of social medias. There's a lot of complaining. There's a lot of telling Valve to fix the game, and then they yell on Twitter and then play 20 more hours. Like they play like 10 more hours on that day, and then they play 20 more games. It's like they're not leaving, guys. Counter-Strike people, they're playing. Oh no,
that's love of the game.
I mean, here's the thing, Alchem. I've barely played. Okay, I am a noob when it comes to Counter-Strike, and let me just quickly check. I have just over 400 hours in Counter-Strike, and I'm considered a noob with that amount of hours. You know, like that's how deep the Counter-Strike community is, right? And I agree. I'm not that good at Counter-Strike. And it's just one of those things where I think Spectre Divide failed at what Fragpunk is trying to do. And what they're trying to say is, to all those people that are addicted to those styles of games, they're not trying to get them, though. They're trying to get to the people who are looking into that genre and say, that's a lot, though. Like, it's too competitive. It's too serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they want a competitive experience, but they don't want to play Counter-Strike or Valorant because those communities are deep and tried. It's like if you tried to play Alchem Counter-Strike 2 right now and you get dumpstered, you know?
Yeah.
Like, for a lot, like, to be fair, you're from the fighting game community, so you'd probably be okay with that. But for most people, getting dumpstered over and over and over again is a bad thing, you know?
It's basically this whole, this isn't for me. This game, this community, this environment isn't for me. What else is there out there?
Yeah, and Fragpunk is trying to be the game that says, for those people who want to play a tactical game like Counter-Strike or Valorant, but see, I feel like the word casual is like used as a derogatory term, but like it's a casual experience, but with the it's more of a you're right, relaxed experience. Like I feel like this is a game that if I wanted just to have fun, I could see myself playing this game. Like, let's just play a couple rounds, you know? It reminds me of let's just play some couple rounds and have fun. But like Counter-Strike and Valorant, there is no such thing as fun.
There are various other categories, but they're niche. And like, for example, we mentioned Counter-Strike, we mentioned Apex, we mentioned COD, we mentioned Warzone is COD. Warzone, but there's like one that's still there and still existing and going into season 4, which I've just been playing recently, is the finals.
Oh yeah, the finals is honestly it's such a tragedy that game doesn't have more players.
I really
like it has a decent amount of players, but it sucks that it doesn't have more players.
It has, the numbers are really good, so it's not going anywhere, but it's not gonna like suddenly take off. But at the same time, I feel like it's one of those slow grower kind of things because I can jump in there. I don't need to have years of experience. I don't need to care. It's just you literally have a simple goal.
You're playing on controller when you play that game, don't you?
Yep.
And you still do pretty well considering.
Yeah, which I'm glad about because I'm like, oh, cool. I'm getting better and I can see it now through my performance, which is not bad.
I actually reinstalled that. I have an odd relationship with the finals, is that I play it for like nonstop every day for 2 weeks and then I uninstall it. And then 3 weeks later, I see you and Diamond on it. I'm like, oh yeah, that game. I install it, play it nonstop for a week, and then uninstall it. I don't know why I do this all the time with the finals. It's like the only game I do it with.
I literally just go in, play, and crank up the music that I love to groove with, and there I go. Just have a good time.
Yeah.
And I feel you with that whole, like, just start a game, play like crazy, and then just drop it for a while.
Yeah. The finals is like one of the
Marvel Rivals.
Oh yeah, same. I haven't played Marvel Rivals in a little bit.
Part of me is like, I want to jump back in, but then the other part is like, I
think the problem with Marvel Rivals for me is that Marvel Rivals was like I made like an entire video essay on this. For me, is that it was like the trigger that got me back into competitive games, which means I'm playing less of Marvel Rivals and more of other competitive games. Like I got back into Counter-Strike, I got back into League of Legends, I got back into like a bunch of competitive games, and I started playing them again because of Marvel Rivals.
It was your gateway game into competitive.
Well,
it was your gateway.
It was no, it's not my game. It was my relapse game.
It was your relapse truck. No. But no, I get that. I can get.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. It's just one of those sad things,
Yeah, they just didn't do enough to stand out, and unfortunately, that's why Spectre Divide just couldn't stand it. And damn, you are right though. I just remembered. Yeah, people announce that it's gone. Shroud, nothing.
He hasn't said anything.
He hasn't said.
He still hasn't said anything. He literally made an esports team with Marvel Rivals before his own game, while his own game that he said he was part of was dying. Like he was. Man, to be fair, to be slightly fair to him, he wasn't an actual he wasn't part. He was an investor,
Mm-hmm.
So like he wasn't actually part of the team or anything like that. But like when you say I'm making like his video was like literally I'm making a game or something like that, like I wonder if that video's still up. Actually, that'd be hilarious if he took that down.
I'm just like, if you were an investor, you should have put more time into like making sure that got out there. But
it doesn't look good.
I guess even he saw it. Like he saw that it just didn't really stand out.
I mean,
eventually he just stopped.
I think he actually rage quit the game a couple times too. It takes a lot for Shroud to do that. I can have people can have different opinions on Shroud and stuff like that, but Shroud is, if anything, very patient with a lot of games. And Spectre Divided, he actually rage quit it. So like, I guess it says something,
I mean, I've seen him rage quit a few other games, but yeah.
Overwatch was the other game that he like really raged at too.
Yeah, he really rage quit.
He was really frustrated when he was playing a lot of Overwatch. But like even in the Counter-Strike days, or like when he came back to Counter-Strike and stuff like that, like he's never raged that hard. But Spectre Divided, he raged a lot. Same with Overwatch. Yeah, but we'll see if Fragpunk can survive. And from what I can tell, it is.
Yeah, you're right. No, I don't see that rage. Yeah, I was trying to remember what were the other games I ever saw him rage with. I was
not
like,
really.
Yeah, no.
It's really just those two.
Rage at Marvel, but
Marvel Rivals, but like there's a difference between like
like he just rages. He just
the Marvel Rivals like anger. It reminds me of like Counter-Strike. Like it's the passion. Yeah, it's like when he was really into Counter-Strike. It's like the passion. I know I'm better than this type of deal.
I was remembering him I was remembering seeing some of his videos where he's getting really, really into. But no, he never got mad at like
it's more
he was
like
just mad at his performance.
Yeah, he was always frustrated with himself because he's like, I'm better than this. I know I'm better.
than this. That's what I was
like. I remember seeing him like in some of the Counter-Strike clips where he'd miss shots and he's like, and he's angry, but he's not angry. Like he's not saying this game sucks. He's saying I suck. He's like I'm bad.
Yeah. So
it's somehow how I get angry at games. I don't get. Yeah. So yeah. It's just like he made like 2 YouTube videos on it, and then it was never again.
Well,
and
the grave gets deeper.
Yeah.
For all these early.
So hopefully, in a couple months, we won't be doing the same thing about Fragpunk.
Oh my God, I'll start
getting
into trouble.
Not to say, I'm pretty sure we said that about Spectre on the podcast. We might have.
Oh shit! Did we do this?
We might have said that about Spectre.
Did we cause this?
I mean, it'd be. I actually can't remember.
We are an ill omen to video games.
Because I remember talking about Spectre Divided on the podcast with you because we both played it.
Okay. In my I'm saying this now, forecasting for Fragpunk. I think it'll actually stand the test of time.
I think it has. I think the only problem I think the biggest difference is, I think you and I agree with this, is that I see more potential in Fragpunk than I did in Spectre Divided because there's just more. It's more different. It's more. It's got that. There's this word I'm looking for that I just can't find. It's
I'm gonna use this one, but I feel like I feel like it's been bastardized too much. It has a gimmick that's actually decent.
It's the card system. The card system is a really good gimmick that you can have a really good foundation on. You know what I mean? Like the Spectre Divided gimmick of the 2 lives, that was it. Like there after that, like that's the gimmick. There's no real depth. There can be some depth to it, but that's the gimmick. The card system though it has endless potential. And I also hope they don't go too hard into the competitive side of it. I'm just totally down for them just to be like, let's be super silly. Like we can be competitive, but also still be super silly. Like the cards in the game itself are actually very silly. I don't know if you've seen some of the cards in Fragpunk, but they're hilarious. The classic is like big head mode. You give the enemy team big heads for better headshots.
Yeah, I remember that.
There's another card where you literally, if you die, you become a zombie, and you can attack them. There's another card that literally just makes it so that your whole team has katanas and you can block bullets and run at people. Your melee weapon becomes a katana and you can like block bullets as you walk forward. I mean, some of their their casual modes as well are just drawing into that. Like they literally have infection, like from Halo, in the game. Like they have a zombie infection mode in there.
I honestly should have tried this when the beta was out.
I mean, the game's out right now.
I know. I just felt like I should have tried it, so then it would have been at least have a better perspective of the game way back when.
Yeah, but I mean, like the good thing is and like the only thing about Fragpunk that's bad is the monetization. There's no pay to win. But that game is stuffed with there is prepare to count, Alchem. There is a cash shop, a battle pass, a premium battle pass, a gacha roll system, a separate cash shop for other items, and there's one more thing too, and a something else. The battle pass, the gacha system, the shop, the cash shop itself. Oh gosh. What's the 5th one? I can't remember what the 5th one is, but there's another one. There, like basically every single thing you can sell in a free-to-play game that is not pay to win, they are selling. Everything. And I think there's 2 currencies in the game as well. Maybe that's it. Oh, wait, no, there's a cash shop for the there's also event tabs. Like it's the like Honkai and Genshin, like the 400 notifications you get, that's this game as well. Like there's so many things. And I mean, I'm slightly okay with it because it's a free to play game. You can just ignore everything. But like I fear for the potential of like they're so okay with all of this, you know what I mean? And that's always a slippery slope, especially considering how the company that owns them is funny enough, they're actually fighting themselves because the guy Fragpunk is owned by the company that also runs Marvel Rivals.
Oh,
it's the same company.
Really?
It's not the same devs, but it's the same parent company.
The same parent company. I see. Interesting.
Yeah. So we'll see how that actually goes. Let me just double check what's because I have it on my Steam list. So the developers are Bad Guitar Studio. And they are owned by the Marvel Rivals devs. Or the Marvel Rivals people, I'm pretty sure. Almost positive. Yeah, they're owned by NetEase. Yeah, I was trying to remember what their name was. But I'm pretty sure the Fragpunk devs are backed by NetEase. So yeah, so that is Spectre Divided and all the live service nonsense. But, Alchem, there is one more live service nonsense that doesn't exist yet, but will exist eventually. That is, it's hilarious and so sad at the same time. Because, okay, Alchem, here's a question for you. Actually, 2 questions. 1 question and a potential follow-up question. Were you into the skateboarding games like Tony Hawk or Skate?
Yeah, I was into Tony Hawk.
Yeah. Did you ever play the skate games?
I remember playing it from either a friend or like.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember playing it. I just don't remember. I never owned it myself, but yeah, okay. The skate games are also really good.
Yeah. You enjoyed it, right? You enjoyed them?
Yeah, they were good. Yep.
So, Skate 4 is taking about 400 billion years to be a game. Being released.
I honestly thought they stopped that.
Nope, it is still in the works. It is now, well, Alchem, as I said, this is a transition, continuing on with our live service discussion, because Skate 4 is now a free-to-play game. And, Alchem, in this pre-release closed-door test, it has microtransactions in it already. And they did an update where they added microtransactions to this closed test that is not publicly available. And they're also like wiping progress a lot, because like I said, this is just a test. This is not like a beta. Like, this is not a commercial beta or anything like that. They are like, it's pre-release testing. So like, they're constantly wiping progress and stuff like that, but the people who have access to it can buy stuff with the microtransactions, and they will not be refunded with real money. They're being refunded with the digital currency in the game, with the equivalent amount of it. So, yeah. We'll see how that goes. And once again, this is also EA, so, it's EA.
So, no money back guarantees, apparently. Just you get in-store credit.
Basically.
Oh, my God.
EA Skate is also be coming out in early access when it does come out, so it's not going to be a full release. It's early access for a game that's being released by EA. And that makes me sad. I really want Skate 1, 2, and 3 to come out for PC, and I want Skate 4 or whatever this new Skate game is going to be doing to do well, so then they can convince the people at EA to make a remastered or remake of Skate 1, 2, and 3 and release them on PC, because it's so hard to play the Skate games now unless you have a hard copy for the 360 or the PlayStation 3, because they never came out on PC. So it's so hard to play them. Also, it's really hard to play them because the game is like at 720p and runs really poorly. They were on if you've ever played Skate 3, Alchem, they were pushing the 360 hard when they made that game. Like, they were really pushing what the 360 could do. So yeah, I mean, that was just a quick one, because I mean, there is no, like, there's some trailers and stuff like that, but like, yeah, it's a free to play game now, which, to be fair, it's been a little bit since then. It's been like 1 or 2 years since it's been realized that it's a free-to-play game. But now, in the early access pre-release state, they have microtransactions in it, apparently. 5 years after they originally announced it.
No.
So.
Okay.
Yeah. Selected players getting hands-on time with the game since 2024. And within that group of people, there's been leaks that there are microtransactions.
They honestly should just do what Deadlock has done. Just like, the game's not out technically, but closed beta technically. That's something like everyone played it, everyone has it.
Yeah, but the difference is they're actually charging. So. Yeah. Like Deadlock, there's nothing you can buy in Deadlock.
Yeah, I know, but they should, if they just want to get free extra money, they might as well just do that, and then people be like, "Oh, we're in the beta. Oh, we got." No, they'd feel ripped off. No, they'll just draw negative attention when people feel ripped off when they reset everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I guess not.
Yeah, but it's also EA. So, it's EA.
It's EA. Yeah, I don't expect anything.
I think this game is supposed to come out this year. Or, like I said, in early access. It's supposed to come out in early access this year, apparently. I don't think it's going to, though.
I don't think it's going to come out at all. I feel like they're going to just one day be like, this is a nice experience for us. We got to learn a lot.
No.
But we're going to have to just...
The difference is, no, they literally, EA made a studio for this game.
Oh,
so they have, no, here's the thing, Alchem. I don't have faith in them. But they have to release something. So something's going to get released. Whether or not it actually survives for that, how long, who knows. But something's getting released, Alchem. Whether it stays or not, that's the bigger question. Something's getting released eventually.
Nothing.
Like, this is like a skull and bones situation. Something's going to get released. And who knows?
I mean, depends on how much they invested in it. That's the thing.
Well, I mean, it's been 5 years. They announced the game 5 years ago.
Yeah.
They announced it in 2020, and they made the studio in 2020. So they've been paying people for 5 years at least. Because they only publicly announced it in 2020. Oh, excuse me. So we'll see. We'll see. So to pivot from video game devs and stuff like that to the platforms, did you see, Alchem, that hilariously at this year's GDC, a image was leaked that was taken down everywhere except for a few places that had that were trying to hide the image. It was an image of the new Xbox app, right? That Microsoft is going to be making. And in this Xbox app, there is a tab that says Steam on So it seems that Xbox and Microsoft have come crawling back, like everyone else. So yeah.
Look who comes crawling back.
Yeah. I mean, my biggest problem with this outcome is we've talked about this before as well, is that I swear to God, if all this Xbox app Steam thing does is launch Steam, so it launches a launcher so you can hit play on a launcher, I swear to God, man, that annoys me so much. It's why I don't buy Ubisoft games anymore.
Think about the current era, the current age we live in. I mean, or think of it this way. This is 2025.
Yep.
If it sounds stupid, like it sounds like something you would see out of Family Guy or American Dad or anything that makes a parody or mockery of the current system or the way things work today, then that's likely going to be what's going to happen.
Yeah, this is definitely just the Xbox app generally just launches Steam.
It literally will just launch Steam. Yeah, that's like I have no doubt that it's going to just do that.
Yeah.
It's the laziest thing you could do, and you bet your ass they're going to do that.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, this was behind closed doors, so we don't actually know if this is coming officially or anything like that. This was leaked, and we don't know if that's going to go anywhere. Also, in this image, I also noticed that it has a system in it that isn't a current Xbox. So I think this image also has the new handheld Xbox that's been rumored to exist.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Because they're kind of going, which honestly I think is a very smart idea.
That would be the smartest idea they could do for an Xbox for mobile
device. Because then also you could put Xbox Game Pass on that as well, and so yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So foolish if they didn't have that in there. Imagine if they had like a little portable kind of system for them. It didn't have
the Game Pass,
their own services. Yeah, the Game Pass on it.
Oh god. So yeah, so I assume that's what it's going to do. Unfortunately.
Yeah, the fact that they were immediately striking it down and trying to get rid of it everywhere, so there's no proof that it exists. It's real.
Yeah, it's definitely real.
Like
literally in the image, I can see the image outcome, and apparently it's cropped out in the ones that I've seen, but it literally says Microsoft highly confidential on it and stuff like that. It's like I don't know how these guys got these pictures or like these images, because it's not like a crappy like camera, like phone camera on a screen thing. It's like the full on PNGs. Like I don't know how these people got it.
For this.
Something happened. Someone broke into something and stole these.
Someone is dead. Someone is in a gutter somewhere right now. They died to get us
No
this
one call
information.
Boeing. No one call Boeing.
Oh my god. But yeah, no.
Yeah, so
I am
a lot of
forward to it.
Yeah, the big rumor is that they're trying to make an everything app, like to have all your things on one thing.
I swear, there are many. I swear, I could have sworn
they already exist.
The idea what Fortnite was trying to do, they're trying to do like the everything kind of thing.
Yeah.
In terms of like gaming and entertainment,
I mean, in terms of gaming, like
makes sense for this.
Like GOG Galaxy exists.
Yeah.
Play Night exists as well. A couple things already have like a thing that tries to conglomerate all the apps and launchers and stuff that things have nowadays. But the problem is that everyone tries to do that and then everyone just goes back to Steam. Because Steam is the everything app. Because it's been proven fundamentally that you lose sales when you're not on Steam for PC gaming. And while I don't think it's as bad as it used to be, because Steam has some competition now with things like the Epic Games Store and GOG and Itch and Green Man Gaming, like there are competition now for Steam, but like Steam is still number one. Everyone's fighting for number two, which nowadays I'm pretty sure Epic Games Store has number two pretty solidly, only because of the fact that they can spend like tens of millions of dollars to give people free games so people keep their store installed. So, and I don't blame anyone for not trying to do that same model because no one else probably could. The only people that could actually fight that probably is Steam themselves. So yeah, because I'm almost positive that Epic is 100% in second place. Because even though I love GOG, they're actually quite small when it comes to the market cap. So they're probably third. There's probably a fight for third because like Itch, GOG, and like Green Man Gaming are like the three that I know the most. So they're probably fighting for third. In terms of like storefronts.
Honestly, I mean, I'm familiar with you. Oh wait, no, I'm familiar with Itch. I bought some games off.
Yeah, Itch is a pretty niche thing.
Yeah.
Green Man Gaming is just they're just
never heard of that one.
Yeah, they've sponsored some people before, like on Twitch and stuff like that.
I need to talk to them. Maybe they can sponsor me.
Maybe, honestly, you could reach out. You never know.
Hello, anyways, moving on.
So now, to go from
bad to
Microsoft. No, well, honestly, Alchem, yes, but not in the way you think it's going. Because as to go on with things being leaked, a behind the closed doors thing happened at Sony, right? And it was a demonstration of Aloy from Horizon Forbidden West talking to something, and it was all AI power generated. And it was from everyone's response. I unfortunately wasn't able to see it myself. It got taken down, taken down before I could see it. But apparently it was so bad, like awful, like so horribly bad, and so hilariously ironic that it was Aloy, the one that they decided to use this on, because the story in Horizon has been like robots taking over style. Like that's the story. Like it's like robots and AI taking over, which is why humanity.
You choose this game to do this. Oh my god!
Yeah, so it's really funny that they chose Aloy to do this because that's kind of like the point of the game.
This is what I'm saying. Like this is what I'm saying with the whole. It sounds like everything's either being cartoonishly evil or a parody of the current of like. This is something I would expect from like a joke or a skit from like I said, American Dad or Family Guy, where they're like they wouldn't be so tone deaf to use AI to make a game that the whole concept is the world has been destroyed by computers and technology and
AI is literally like, if I remember correctly, they literally in the plot, the end of the world happens because of AI in the Horizon world.
They choose to make AI. They choose to use AI to make a trailer. Oh
no, it's not a trailer. It's not a trailer.
No,
it was a behind the closed door demonstration of an AI powered version of like a dialogue. It's like, you know how they always talk about how AI could replace like dialogue options, so you could speak, so they don't have to write it. So it was kind of like this.
Clearly it cannot, because you're going to have to try to infuse the knowledge of a made-up world, scenario, history, blah, 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 because the game has to try to, not the game, but the AI, or the algorithm for the AI, has to either have all this preconceived knowledge, or at least what you could try to cram into it, and then it's supposed to regurgitate a response based on what it knows of that world, pretending to be like said character. And it won't be able to. It'll try, but it's not going to succeed. It's going to sound. I mean, I haven't seen the video, but it's probably
okay. I found a description of what had happened. So, the video features Alloy responding to questions from the guy who was demonstrating, and showing off segments of gameplay. After which, the character describes everything that happened in the clip. OpenAI's Whisper is used for the voice to text. OpenAI and Llama handled the conversation and decision making. And the facial animation came from Sony's own internal Mockingbird system. So that it was a demonstration of Mockingbird, or like, so it was a conversation between Alloy and Sharwin. Oh god, I can't. It's two characters from the game, Sharwin and Alloy, I think.
Okay.
And they so funny enough, from this description, it doesn't sound like it was running on a PlayStation. It was running on a PC, which is hilarious.
Well, I mean, of course it's going to, before they ever.
So it wasn't running on PlayStation.
Run on PC. Yeah.
So apparently nothing was scripted, but it was also, from a lot of people's reactions, it was not natural conversation at all. Very Uncanny Valley and not really good. Though it was supposedly saying that it was supposed to be a fun prototype project, but the problem is like, I don't believe you, because you're spending millions of dollars on these types of tools, and I don't believe that doesn't count as a fun project for me.
Wait, hold on. This is Sony, right?
This is Sony, yeah.
This is the same company that allowed Concord and a bunch of yes men to let that go through, right?
Yes.
So yeah, they're serious with this. This is actually they probably did this, and behind the scenes, they just have their army of yes men, or God knows if there's anyone with a backbone there. Probably they saw that they spent millions of dollars on this. They're like, yeah, this is it. This is perfect.
Yeah. Well, the problem with this is that it's also AI. And right now,
exactly.
AI.
Like
it's not just the yes man. It's the FOMO. Because AI is the hot buzzword right now, and there's a lot of people worried, or a lot of companies worried, that they're gonna miss out on like the AI boom and stuff like that. So
they gotta stop trying to make AI make everything. They could use AI to like help them like be creative, or come through with new ideas, or help them innovate and stuff. Not literally.
There's a lot of good. There's a lot of good uses of AI.
Yeah.
Like the AI scaling, the AI resolution scaling is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Use AI as a tool to help you innovate and make better. Use it like a calculator. Use it like a goddamn computer. Use it as it should be, not as your crutch to make it.
It's supposed to increase your efficiency in work, not to replace you as the worker.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to replace creativity. That's for sure. Holy shit.
Yeah, so
all it is going to do is just copy and replicate and do a poor job of it.
Yeah, that was a disaster. The one good thing is that it was a behind the closed door fun prototype thing, so I don't think they're implementing this anytime soon. Also, it sounds like it wasn't even close to being ready to be a consumer product at all, which is also good, because if it was, I'd be very worried.
I'd be very worried too.
Yeah. So, from crappy AI stuff from Sony, let's go to more crappy AI stuff, Alchem. So, Alchem, you're Activision, and you want to gauge the audience. You want to gauge the audience reception to new games. What do you do?
What? What do you mean? I give a poll or give a questionnaire after showing them something. Like, what do you mean?
No, Alchem. What you do is you use generative AI art to make fake game ads, and then that don't exist, and then post them as official ads. Because
back in like, is this the 2000 like EA kind of shit where they have the fake trailers again?
Yes, because ads on Instagram appeared for 3 games. Or actually, maybe more. But 3 games that I know of. A game called Guitarhero Mobile. A game called Crash Bandicoot Brawl. And a game called Call of Duty Zombie Defender. All appeared as Facebook and Instagram ads. These games do not exist. And I'm going to send you this, Alchem, because this is some of the worst AI art I've ever seen. Like, look how bad this AI art is. I only have the images of the Guitar Hero one and the Crash Bandicoot one, and unfortunately I don't want to show it because I don't want to get, just in case. But like these, like look at the Guitar Hero one, Alchem, and look at the speakers. Just look at the speakers. They're so bad. It's hilarious.
Oh, you can see how bad. You can see the AI
you can
there.
see how bad it is. And the Crash Bandicoot one, just look at the trees, the trees, and also the random characters. There's 3 Crash Bandicoots, first of all, and all the other characters don't exist. Like, who are these people?
Why does that character look all distorted? Oh, what is that?
And that tree looks messed up. And like it's all messed up.
Oh no.
So this is all 100% made with AI. No human ever touched this.
The boxes look weird. Oh.
Yeah, everything looks weird. And also, who are these characters? Other than, like, for the Crash Bandicoot one, who are these characters other than Crash Bandicoot?
There's Crash, and then there's Crash right there, and then there's red-haired Crash. Then there's distorted mask face-looking gremlin guy.
And then there's this random girl with green hair.
Girl. Yeah. There's a fox-looking guy with his face is kind of distorted. He has one eye, and I think he's wearing a hat.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I don't know. And then there's like cartoony. There's like there's bitch Crash over there in the top right.
Yeah. Like you barely see him. So
okay.
Yeah. So this, first of all, Alchem, was posted on the official Activision accounts, like officially on Instagram and Facebook, I think, but I only see the Instagram ones. These games obviously don't exist at all, like they don't exist, and were apparently done with sorry, Alchem, I found a better one of the
Call of Duty.
No, the Guitar Hero one. The Guitar Hero one.
Oh no, you say better, and you're a liar.
Oh god, I clicked it. Oh my god, it's still up.
No.
I clicked it and it linked to the actual ad on Instagram.
Oh no, Jelly! You've accidentally subscribed to them. Oh
No,
no, Jelly, get out!
Not.
You dove too deep.
I've delved too deep. Why can't I open this image? Gosh darn it, IGN, please.
Dude, they really think people are stupid at this point, or they don't care. They really think that AI is going.
I can't copy this image, Alchem, so I'm sorry. I'm just going to link you to the IGN thing, but it's literally the first image in the article.
Oh no! Why is there? Wait, hold on. Why is there 5 lines?
Yeah, exactly. Like it shows the bottom thing. There's 5 lines, and the notes look weird. It's really bad. It's really bad.
No, they really do think. Okay, they either are banking everything on AI to just make them money and replace their workers and replace creativity and do all this for them, or they think people are stupid.
So Alchem, they don't think that people are stupid, but if you click on, I'm not going to do this, but the person that wrote this article for IGN did do this, and I'll trust their opinion. If you click on the ad for either of these games, and including the Call of Duty one as well, it takes you to a survey that says this isn't a real game, but it could be someday. Take this survey. So this is, like I said, it's to gauge audience reactions to these styles of games. But instead of like making a survey or throw out a, hey, here's some concept art of stuff, they used generative AI to make stuff and just post ads on Instagram.
Oh no, this is a stepping stone to the death of creativity, at least for them. They're not making games to make games anymore. They're making games to pander to the audience now. And they're literally asking you what you want. They say, do you want more this? Do you want more Call of Duty? Tell us what you want, and we'll make a shitty version of it.
Yeah.
We won't make any creativity. IP, those are dead. No one wants IPs anymore. No one wants an individual, creative, new idea. New ideas are dumb and stupid. What do you want? And, of the 3 choices we're handing you.
Yeah.
This is honestly like a stepping stone to the end of like creativity.
This is the peak of just AI.
We're watching we're standing above the crevice, looking down into the abyss of like the death of creativity, where AI will rule, and these developers don't care about making anything new. They just want to make whatever the hell will make them money, at the cost of nothing innovative happening or nothing new, because it sells well, and because you'll buy it. Not you, the people watching this stream or the people watching the podcast. Yeah. You guys are brilliant.
It's just
you guys are watching this, so you guys are fine. You guys are brilliant.
Apparently, there's another game called Call of Duty Sniper that was a fake game as well. And I think this is peak AI grifting. Like this is like I would say this is a grift. Like this is actually grifting. Like, this is actually, like, borderline, like, obviously you're not taking any money, but this is, like, attention scam.
You're just trying to gather information. You're basically just reconning for what the future game is. Like, they're trying to figure out the market. They're trying to figure out what the people want before making it.
You know what the sad thing is, Alchem?
Hmm?
If it wasn't for the fact that AI was used for this is probably a good idea. Making posters or ads for games and then people saying, and then clicking on an ad and saying, oh, this game doesn't exist, but take this survey if you want it to exist. Like that sounds really smart, but the problem is that it's all AI crap. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like imagine if this Guitar Hero mobile game was made, like this poster or ad was made with a real artist and real Guitar Hero like drawings and stuff like that. And if someone said, oh my god, they made a Guitar Hero mobile game, clicks on it or taps on it with your phone or whatever, and it says, hey, this isn't a real game, but if you'd like it to be real, please take this survey. I think that would work so well. Like that, the problem with I have with this, the idea, I get the idea, but it's the execution that I have a huge problem with. You know what I mean?
I get that it could work to try to generate like hype or generate at least a guiding force on where to go in terms of making.
I mean,
the
I'm
new
not
game.
saying that should be your main strategy, but like
But
the idea is
right,
interesting. Like the problem is the
you're
execution.
yeah, you're not wrong. I get that. That does make sense.
I mean,
and
that's
that is an
what
interesting idea.
concept art
It's just-
basically is.
It's just they shot themselves in the foot with using AI.
Yeah.
So basically, no one has faith in it. No, at least no gamer, no person who enjoys video games for what they are now, will have faith in it once you show them AI.
Yeah. Immediate no-go for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And Activision is already on like hot water when it comes to AI, because apparently Black Ops 6 had a bunch of AI stuff on it too.
Oh,
so like they're already in hot water. So
I'm just hoping. I'm hoping these are like potholes that they'll realize. They're like, oh, hey, our general audience, the gaming community, does not like AI completely made from AI games.
I mean,
let's not go this way.
Yeah. At least from what I can tell, all of the ads are taken down other than Guitar Hero game. So like somewhere someone had a good idea to take the most of them down. For some reason the Guitar Hero one still exists. I don't know why.
It's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. Guitar Hero Mobile.
And it's just gonna be a full generative AI game.
Guitar Hero Mobile 2026 or 2027. Watch.
Please, Alchem. They're just gonna use generative AI to make the game, so it's gonna come out like this year.
You're literally going to see someone doing air guitar while they have like one hand free, just pretending like they're doing stuff, like they're strumming. Oh no. This hand, the one here, is going to be strumming, and they'll have their phone where they're hitting all the buttons, and then this hand down here is just going to be like air guitaring, where they're not strumming anything, but it'll look like they're strumming a guitar. They're just air guitaring with their phone in their hand. That's Oh god, that actually happened. Oh god,
that did happen.
Oh no.
Well, Alchem,
we're gonna see. I hope I'm not right.
I hope you're not right either. It's crazy. So, Alchem, instead of crypto junk, instead I decided to share AI junk with you.
Hold on, I'm playing Guitar Hero Mobile. All right, go on.
All right, Alchem. That was my last story. Why don't you do some shout-outs? Unless you want to.
Oh, thank goodness. No, I'm good.
I got no more AI junk for you. I'm sorry. Next week.
Devastating.
Next week.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen of the podcast, thank you for joining us. I hope you guys enjoyed, whether you're watching over on YouTube or you're watching here live on Twitch. Thank you all so much. My name is Alchem. I am the co-host of the podcast. I am the little Tanuki, currently Ram on the right. You can normally catch me playing a wide variety of different games over on Twitch and YouTube on my own channels. On YouTube, it's the Alchem Archive. I do need to rename that one day, but I'm okay with it for now. And on Twitch, where I'm just under Alchem Games. And yeah, if you ever want to catch any of my streams, you can catch them there, or you can even see where I post random stuff on Twitter. Also, I post highlights there on YouTube. I put it on YouTube Shorts and on TikTok. And yeah, feel free to pop in, like, follow, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to on either platform, any of the platforms. And yeah, thank you all so much for joining for the podcast. Take it away, Jelly.
Hello, everyone. I'm Detective Jelly. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. And once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll be doing a Q&A video if anyone is interested in that. So please go over to my YouTube and subscribe. Check out the videos. I do news, gaming news, and video essays. The last video essay I did was on Marvel Rivals and how it relapsed me back into competitive games. And the one I'm currently working on is about Minecraft again. About how... You know what? No. It's just about Minecraft. So, yeah. And if you'd like to follow me on other places... Minecraft? Sorry?
Competitive Minecraft?
Competitive Minecraft? That exists, Alchem. Don't get me started.
Oh my god. No, never mind. Okay, go on. Sorry.
So yeah, you can, if you like to support the podcast directly, please go over to my Patreon and donate there, become a patron. we do extra scenes of before and after scenes of the podcast. This week's before show, pre-show. I don't know why I keep calling it pre-show and after show. This week's pre-show was me just talking about the stories, and I cut out 1 or 2 stories this week because there was a lot, and I didn't want to overload Alchem with too many AI stories, so I cut a couple of those out. So that just means I get to talk to him about them next week potentially. Other than that, you can follow me on other places. I have a Twitch as well: Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, and TikTok. All those social media platforms. Thank you everyone for watching Two Boats One Podcast episode 43, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.
Later, guys.